In this short video, I'm going to show you how to use the permalinks, how to get to the permalinks. The permalink is a static link to that one item. So anytime you click on that link, you will be directed to that one specific article. It will never change. If you copy that address from up here for that one item, you may not be able to get to that same item each time because that keeps changing. So what I'm going to do in the next few minutes is show you a few examples of different databases by different vendors and how to find the permalink for each one of them. So the first one I'm going to use will be from the home page. So if I go to the home page and I type in a topic, so in this case, I typed in chocolate history. I'm in the catalog. And then I have my list. So let's say I want this one, The True History of Chocolate. This is a book that I used for my research, and I want to cite it, but I also want to add the permalink to it. So if I go here under the tools and click on permalink, and you would say copy the permalink to clipboard, and then you close it. And then when you open up your Word document, you would just paste it there underneath your reference. So that link will always bring you to this True History of Chocolate book. So that is a simple way of adding this reference underneath your citation so that the professor can click on that link and be right here what you're seeing. In a Gale database, when you do a search, so in this case, it's the Gale Academic One file. All of the Gale databases have the same pattern of the permalink. So here I typed in chocolate, and I just brought up one item. All you need is chocolate. So let's say I use this one, and I want to document that. Other than citing it, where you would cite it, you would go to Get Link from here, and you would copy this. You would select, and then you would do Control-C to copy it, and then just paste it in your document underneath your citation. So that will always bring your professor to this specific article. All you need is chocolate. Okay? So this is the Get Link, which is the permalink. Now, each vendor calls it different. Some people call it permalink. Some people call it, have it under Get Link. Some people will call it under document URL, but you need to look for that link. In EBSCO, which is another vendor that has a lot of databases, here I typed in chocolate history, and then I come to this individual item. For a permalink, you have to bring up one individual item. So here's Home Sweet Home. Here's my information. Here's my link to the document, full text. But here's the permalink. They call it permalink too. It's always in the tools menu. So I'm going to go to permalink and then just copy this, okay? And then say Control-C, and then I'm done. I can paste it in my document. So that's the permalink for the Gale, for the EBSCO databases. Okay. For ProQuest, it's a little bit different. So ProQuest would be something you would use for the newspaper articles. So in ProQuest, you bring up an item, just like you did in all the other databases. So this title is Swiss Chocolate Consumption Melts Away Amid Pandemic. Here's your article. So you're looking for the permalink, and there's nothing here under the tools up here that says permalink. You have to do one step here after this. So you would go to Details tab for that one item. Scroll all the way down till you get to Document URL. And this is what you're going to copy. You're going to copy this and paste it in your document right underneath your citation. So that again, when your professor clicks on this link, he or she will be exactly directed to this one article. So that is under document URL. But to get to that, you have to open up the Details tab. So in review, we've looked at permalinks from one search, which is our catalog, one from a Gale database, one from an EBSCO database, and one from a ProQuest database. I hope this makes it a little more simpler to use the permalinks.